On page 677 of the hardcover edition of his book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, Steven Pinker claims that the Catholic Church, quote, happily coexisted, unquote, with fascism in Croatia during World War II. That is simply not true. Let me describe the background. Before World War II, Croatia was part of Yugoslavia. After Hitler conquered Yugoslavia, he granted independence to Croatia and set up a government there led by a man named Ante Pavelić, who was the head of the Croatian Nazi Party. Pavelić and his thugs killed around 400,000 Serbs and Jews. Pope Pius XII never said anything favorable about Pavelić or his government, and he never extended diplomatic recognition to Pavelic's regime. You can find that fact on page 169 of a book called The Catholic Church and the Holocaust, 1930 to 1965, written by a history professor named Michael Thayer. Thayer is spelled P as in Pennsylvania, H-A-Y-E-R, if you want to look up his book in your local public library. Archbishop Stepinac, the leader of the Catholic Church in Croatia at the time, was a patriotic man who was reluctant to believe that his government was doing anything seriously bad, but the evidence kept accumulating, so eventually, starting in 1943, he publicly denounced Pavelic's murders in his sermons. You can read an article about him by Alessandro Stanley in the October 4, 1998 New York Times, and you can also read about him on pages 12 through 14 of the book Pius XII, The Holocaust and the Cold War, which was also written by Michael Thayer. When the Croatian government adopted anti-Semitic legislation, Archbishop Stepinac denounced that too, in a sermon that was broadcast on Vatican radio. You can read about that on pages 10 through 13 of the book Pius XII, The Holocaust and the Cold War by Michael Thayer. So where does Pinker get this notion that the Catholic Church got along well with the Nazi government in Croatia? It isn't true.